Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. I'm reading Kingpin, issue number 1. Now we're starting off with Sarah Dewey. Now she's with this boxer named Orlando Perez. Now she's reporting on him, and I don't know if she's dating him or not, but he's basically just some guy who's not going to go anywhere in the boxing range. I don't know if we're ever going to see him again. Maybe he's just trying to establish who she was, but they gave a little bit too much on him if that's the case. Maybe he'll come back as a villain. Who knows? Anyway, Sarah gets contacted by Wesley. He's one of the Kingpin's guys. He was in the original Daredevil season, season 1. Anyway, so this guy shows up and says, listen, I want you to come and hang out, and this guy Wilson Fisk wants to meet you. She knows Wilson Fisk, of course. He's the kingpin of crime. Now she shows up and sees the kingpin beating the heck out of some guys, and he's in his judo suit. And here's where I'm going to make the only complaint that I've really got about this comic, and it's that Jack Kirby wasn't working on this. I know he's been gone for a while, since early 90s, but the idea is that the comic is drawn well enough. I really enjoyed the way that certain little aspects of it, little things like that, but this so-called action scene was absolutely horrible. I feel like I could have done a better job, and I can assure you, that's not me bragging at all. It was actually done that bad. Anyway, he wants her to write his biography. She's resistant. He says, listen, just come on, hang out with me at a party like tonight, tomorrow, whatever it was. And he sends her a dress, actually sends her 2 dresses. It says choose. And she shows up, but she doesn't really want to. But it's like a no strings attached kind of thing. She's a recovering alcoholic, and that's very cool to add to the story. Just a little nuance. He knew about this, of course, because he's the kingpin. He knows everything. So he gets her sparkling cider things docked at the bar. I like sparkling apple cider. It's very tasty. You get to see a lot of social convention in here, and this is what they should stick to, because the action scenes were not drawn well, but the social convention, now that was good. I really like the writing in this. Very impressed with the nuances of talking and the subtle innuendos that are commonplace in these kinds of social gatherings. Anyway, she gets tired of all the testosterone going back and forth, and even though she's really impressed that like the governor and so many influential people have showed up here, everybody wants a piece of Wilson Fisk, right? So Matt Murdock is here, and it's just a really brief little thing to show that yes, he still exists in this universe. I actually haven't been reading the Daredevil comics, and I was surprised to find out that he's actually the district attorney. That's pretty cool, man. So we get to see what a smooth talker that Wilson Fisk is. She winds up leaving because something that Kingpin is having an argument with this guy, and he shows up and he makes comments, something that Daredevil had said also as Matt Murdock. She loses it and she leaves. Well, Wilson shows up and he's being cool, and he really is a smooth talker, is no joke. He actually makes a comment about twin donuts, and I thought, is this like something that people say about boxers getting double black eyes? But it's actually a place called Twin Donuts, and he says, let's go there if the place is still alive, it's still in existence. They hang out there, and I really just like all the silly little nuances here. It's so good. He mentions that this was the first place that he ever worked. His first job was here. She makes a comment about, he's a fat guy in a donut shop. He says, no, I actually used to sit at this very table working for a guy named Pozzolo selling narcotics. Very cool little aspect there. They go for a walk in Central Park. Now, Central Park doesn't have the crime that they're indicating here anymore. I guess Marvel needs, and I don't blame them, they need Central Park to still be crime-ridden and New York to still be as crime-ridden as it was way back when Marvel Comics first opened. But some guy shows up and says, let me get $1. Kingpin pulls out a fat roll and gives him a 20. Guy comes back later with a knife and says, all right, give me more. So Wilson gives him all the money and then says, give me your watch also. So he gives him his watch. And later on, we get to see that Kingpin's actually a good guy now. Well, later on, you get to see that the junkie is dead. He's actually a junkie. He's got a needle stuck in his arm. He dies. Was it a forced overdose? Did he actually just OD himself? You know what? I like the idea that they didn't tell us. I like the idea that they're keeping this from us because we don't need to know these kinds of details. Guys, I'm going to give this comic a good B+. I love the way that this started out. Again, work on those action scenes or stop drawing action scenes, or even just get somebody else to make a guest appearance for some action scenes. I mean, you could always do an overlay. That's what they used to do with Jack Kirby. I hate the idea that I'm mentioning Jack so much in this, but it really bothers me that the one action scene was drawn so horribly. Anyway, guys, love this comic. I can't wait to see more. I want to see if Kingpin is actually turning over a new lease, which of course, come on. But this is actually part of a larger series with Daredevil. He's up to issue number 17 currently. I just did the Bullseye #1 review this week, and Elektra is apparently coming out next week. So let's see what happens. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Guys, class dismissed.